All right. I know this is pretty freaking awkward, but this is how we're going to have to do it. Um, I'm on the road. I don't have access to my laptop and to my Xbox and to things like that. But I have been working so hard in this dang builder to find out a center build that, one, a little bit less importantly, can be played at basically any game mode. Now, a tall, 6'11's not going to be the best for twos and threes when people get all their cap breakers and things like that. It's going to be a little bit slow and it will go obsolete for that. But for the beginning of the year, and you got one build, like this'll work. The 6'11 with 71 speed, 60 agility, it'll work. For fives, that's what this is really going to dominate at. Now, for the second thing, which is the top priority, is a build that will be good all year long. So it's going to have the attributes we need to dominate right now, but with cap breaker options to be good for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons, depending on what, after, there's patches and there's updates and we find out what the meta is and which badges are worth it, which ones are not. I was determined to find a build that can save myself, save you, save everybody VC, because we know that the prices aren't getting cheaper. So what can save us VC? Have everything we need, but then also the cap breaker optionality to be great later in the year. So this is what I came up with so far. It's 6'11", max wingspan, 255 pounds. These are the attributes we start off with. Now the cap breaker screen is going to explain a lot more, but you got a glass visionary posterizer. Let's start off with these physicals. So for physicals, we got the 71 speed and 60 agility, which you'll see later. That gives us that flash badge, which is that off-ball like movement and like speed badge. 6'11s do have access to that, so that's really good. It gets us 80 vertical, which is for pogo stick, but actually this one extra vertical gives us another badge token for physicals. And then the vertical cap breakers are +2 each, which is really cool, but those aren't a priority. But later on in the year, if you wanted a 85 vertical, 6'11", that is cool to have that. But the big thing here is the strength. 90 strength is like every silver and gold badge, but with cap breakers, you can go to 95. Now, we know that strength is tied into rebounding this year. We don't know if it's good or bad yet, so I don't want to go all the way up to like a 94, 95 to start off with, but a 90 is really, really solid, and then we have access to 95 later in the year. Now, if we look at the physicals badge requirements, so like I said, we will have the flash badge on bronze. We will have pogo stick on gold, and then we'll have brick wall and bruiser both on silver. But again, we have access to 95 strength. So if brick wall and bruiser end up being amazing, we're going to have those both on gold, and then all it takes is a +1 to Hoff, as well as the workhorse badge as well. But again, no slouch to have flash, pogo stick, bruiser, and brick wall on a 6'11 build. So that's for the physicals. What I want to go to next is for the finishing. So finishing, 87 driving dunk with only one cap breaker needed for 89. Now, 87 is silver posterizer, and it is just a really good badge to have. The taller the build, the better the dunking is. So, and then the big thing that I like is the 85 standing dunk. So we know that like 2K loves their 85 number. Like if you have an 85 mid-range, like you have a huge green window. So like 85 standing dunk for 2 years in a row. Trust me, 2025 and 2026, 85 standing dunk has been amazing. It's been really, really good value, but we do have access to that 90. So you're going to get like big man contact alley-oops. You're going to get like some big man standing dunk contact animations, and you're going to start off with silver rise up, but you will have access to 90, which is the gold. We still have our solid close shot and layup as well. And then I like the cap breakers here for post control. If you want to add that later in the year, you can go to 80 post control. But right away, your big deal would be like get the 89 driving dunk for the 1 foot context, and then decide if you want to go to 90 standing dunk. I've been at 85 for 2 years in a row, and it's been no issue whatsoever. So we'll see about that. If we go to the finishing badges, you're going to see we're going to have pretty much everything that there is to offer on bronze, but with the important stuff on silver and gold. So like we're going to start off with gold aerial wizard. We're going to start off with like our bronze float game, our bronze physical finisher, our bronze paint prodigy, our bronze hook specialist, our bronze layup mix master. But we're going to start off with silver rise up and silver posterizer. Now we can't get gold because we're 6'11", but I'm telling you, silver rise up on a posterizer on a 611 is really, really good. And then we're starting off with the silver rise up. 85 has always been significantly better than 81, but we have access to 90. So whether we want to use a +1 to get gold posterizer or a +1 or go to 90 on the cap breakers here to get gold or Hoff rise up, we have really good options there. So I really like our finishing badges. Go to the shooting, that's important. We're starting off with solid shooting. 80 3-ball and 70 mid-range with access to more mid-range later. If you wanted to like match that up with like more post control, like you could add that to this build later on in the year. It's not a priority, but 70 mid-range and 83 ball, you're gonna see when I go to these shooting badges, really, really good. 611s get this arc cadence badge. So you're going to have that on bronze. You're going to have Deadeye. You're going to have, you're even going to have post-fade Phenom on bronze to start. And again, you could add to that more later if you wanted. You're also going to get access to quick trigger, which is really cool. And of course, your silver set and fire, which is like set shot specialist. Again, that's going to be a +1 or +2 there to gold or Hall of Fame. You even get access to smooth operator and static MIDI by already having the 70 MIDI. So yes, you could get more value if you start off with an inside big and then turn it into a shooting big with like cap breakers. But like, do you want to start off as an inside big? Like I want to start off being able to shoot, and that's why I'm so proud of this build. As we go to the playmaking, another one of my favorite parts, maybe my personal favorite part, 89 Passac is going to be gold break starter off rip. Really, really good to have. You can add more if you want to get like higher dimer or higher bailout or higher versatile visionary, but 89 is going to be super solid. It's going to be gold, and then you'll have access to more. But the coolest part of this is with 2 and 2, so 4 cap breakers total, you could go to 70 ball handle and 60 speed with ball. Now, starting off with 40 speed with ball, will you get you some better like dribble styles? But like this could be a thing that later in the year, you could turn the 611 like dominant center into a center with some ball handle. Like 70 and 60 is going to be no slouch on a 611. If we go to the playmaking badges right here, like I said, we already have the gold break starter. We're already going to have gold dimer. We're already going to have silver strong handles. Once you get some more ball handle or post control, you're going to have some unpluckable. You already have silver versatile visionary. You're only 1 away from gold. That was a really good badge last year. You already have some bailout. You could go higher if you want, but like just super solid on the playmaking for this big man build. And then we're going to go to our defense. Now defense, okay, I don't put perimeter defense on my like bigs this year or really ever, because like I play a lot of 5s in Pro-Am, and like if you just have stick skill, like you don't need to be guarding like guards and wings too long. So like don't worry about the perimeter too much. But the important parts for a big man is you need to have some interceptor, which we're going to have that on bronze. 611s don't get access to silver, so no big deal. But this is the value right here, this 80 and 80. When I look at the takeovers later, you're going to see that we get rim protector takeover with this. We get bronze and silver defensive badges with this, and then we can go to up to 84 block if we want. We can go up to 85 interior if we want. So if we do want more interior block later, we're going to have access to it, and that's really cool. And then if we look at the defensive badges, so like I said, we got our high flying denier on silver already. We have our wall up on bronze already. We can go to silver if we want more interior defense. We're going to already have our post move lockdown. We're already going to have our paint patroller. We're already going to have our interceptor. And again, with options for more +1s and +2s later and more cap breakers later. And then lastly, the most important part of the build is the rebounding. So again, we're going to start off with 94 rebound D-board, which is high, but we're going to go to 99, period. We're going to have 99 D-board on this build. And then we're going to start off with 88 O-board, and we're going to go to 93 on this build. These are matched up both with important badges that we're going to want. So if we go look at the rebounding badges here, this is why I am so proud of this build. You will off rip have every gold badge. Like you're not like, with no cap breakers and you just got the game, you are going to have pretty much every gold badge needed. And then by the time you get just a couple of cap breakers, you're going to have every Hall of Fame, basically every gold and Hall of Fame badge, and like mostly Hall of Fame. So like, you know, when you have your box out beasts, we already are starting off with the gold, right? But you will have 99 and access to 95 strength. Even if you just want to stop at the 94, that's Hall of Fame. Breaker. once you get, you know, you're going to start off with silver, but once you get to 92, which we're going to go all the way to 93, we're going to have gold breaker and gold crasher. These are +1 options to Hall of Fame right here. Possession closer, boom, you're going to have that on Hall of Fame. Sink snatcher, boom, you're going to have those on Hall of Fame as well for both O board and D board. So every important rebounding badge, you will have access to Hall of Fame, just standard, or gold, but with a +1. So no problems there on the rebounding. Now, if we go look at the, well, this is the shades. So it's a glass visionary posterizer. It's Cat, Joel Embiid, and Jokic. That's pretty cool. 6'11 max wingspan, 255 pounds. What I wanted to show you, so these are the badge tokens to start. So you'll have 9 for finishing, 10 for shooting, 8 for playmaking, 7 for defense, 12 for rebounding, and 8 for physicals. Now, we know that when you do your build specialization, you can put those extra badge tokens anywhere. I would say this is definitely going to be rebounding specialization, for sure. Now, you can do shooting because, if you want to make a bunch of other builds like throughout the year, like obviously shooting is going to be a good one. But like, I'm mostly a big man, and like I make big men and back ends and things like that. So I want to have 2 this year. I want to have a shooting and I want to have a rebounding, but especially on this one, like having rebounding and like a whole bunch more badge tokens that I can apply to like defense and rebounding specifically, like that's going to be super helpful. So this number and this number, like this number is going to be above 10. This number is going to be above 15. So that's cool. And then lastly, really important is the takeover. So with the 80 Passac, we're going to have Dishmaster. That's going to be our playmaking takeover. We know Dishmaster is overpowered, so we like that. With the finishing, we have options. We do have Airspace, which is enhances ability to make driving dunks. We already have that. We don't even need cap breakers. Or we have Detonator, which is enhances ability to make standing dunks. We already have that. We don't even need cap breakers. The next big one is Rim Guardian. So 80 interior and 80 block we already have. So that's going to be our chosen takeover for our defense. And then for rebounding, we pretty much have all of them. And we already have them. We don't even need cap breakers. You can go see the future if you want. You can go second chance if you want. You can go muscle if you want. You can go demolition and set big body screens if you want. Like, we already have all these. We don't need to wait for cap breakers. So again, I'm just super proud of this build. As I go through one last time, this is what you're going to be starting off with. Put VC in this thing, go to 99, and you don't have any weaknesses. You literally don't. Not for a big man build. But again, when we find out that, oh, big men can dribble this year, boom, go ahead and get your 70 ball handle and your 60 speed with ball. Or we find out that like, oh, post control is good this year. Go ahead and get your 80 post control and like your 80 mid range. But obviously your priorities are this rebounding right here. Go and have 93 O board and 99 D board and have your 95 strength, and you are not going to be upset this year. And I'm just super proud of this, and I hope you guys enjoy it.